Hello everyone, and today I'm going to show you what settings you have to change when you get an Acer Nitro 5. This model right here is, I don't know what model this is, but I can tell you the model if you want, but I'm not going to do that. So this is an Acer Nitro 5. This laptop can cost $600. It's not very expensive at all, and it's like the cheapest gaming laptop you can afford. Inside is packing a quad-core i5, 8 gigabytes of memory, 256 gigabyte SSD, Wi-Fi 6, integrated Intel UHD graphics 630, and the dedicated GPU NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1650. And this thing also has Alexa built in. The maximum temperature this thing can get is 95 degrees Celsius. That's hot. That's like really hot, but it doesn't trigger that much thermal throttling. Now in here, you have an upgradable hard drive right here. You have a second SSD slot. You can upgrade a maximum 32 gigs of RAM. And you can swap it out for Wi-Fi 7 later. So this laptop is really good. It has a 1080p display, IPS display. It has a very small bezel. This laptop will basically be perfect for gaming portability. Although the battery is a 46 milliwatt battery, so it's not gonna last long. You probably get like almost an hour of gaming off the battery. But if you set the mode to but that's on high performance mode. If it's on balance Acer optimized, you'll probably get a little bit more battery life out of it, although you wouldn't squeeze out that much. So here's the things you have to change. So when you game on this, some applications, for example, Minecraft Java Edition, when you run it like a very intensive graphics mod, like realistic graphics, you see how it gets like 20 FPS. Now, applications that are not like known on this boy tend to set automatically on the integrated graphics. So to change this, go to the bottom right here to your taskbar, go to show hidden icons, and just click NVIDIA settings. Wait a couple of seconds. Wait a couple of seconds. This is taking a while for me, but okay. I think you go to set this. Manage 3D settings. Go to preferred graphics card and just select the high performance one. If you don't want to do that, you can just go to program settings. You can just go to program settings, select the application you want, and then you can just go do that. So yeah. The fan speed maximum RPM is 8,000, but it usually when you set it to auto, that's 5,000 maximum. 6,000. 6,000 is a minimum maximum, but if you're shot on cool boost, it can go up to 8,000 RPM. So these fans get pretty loud. There's two fans in the system. The CPU one blows straight out like that, and the GPU one is blows straight out this way. It's a weird fan setup, and yeah. Taking apart this laptop is super easy. All you need is a Phillips head screwdriver, up to a maximum of at least 4 centimeters. Take off the 11 screws on the back. Now, I would recommend a plastic pry tool, and just pry up each of the clips. If you already opened it once like me, you don't need a plastic clip anymore. You can just pull it up because it weakened it. Do be warned, the more you open this thing up, the weaker the case is gonna get. But that wouldn't be a problem because of screws. Now, putting it back together is a little bit complicated because you have to position it right. It's a little bit complicated. So yeah, RAM, the maximum RAM speed is 2,666. So don't put anything above that. This laptop doesn't even support RAM overclocking. This laptop is already overclocked to 40 gigahertz. The RAM speed is not overclockable, neither the GPU. So Acer automatically tuned the CPU to 40 gigahertz. You could probably set it higher if you have a specialized app, but I would not recommend that because the CPU already gets 95 degrees Celsius, and imagine it going over 100 degrees Celsius. That's not going to be good because it's going to thermal throttle, maybe even shut down. And then your game performance will be killed. So I tested games on HDD drive. So I would not do Need for Speed, any Need for Speed game, on the hard disk drive, which stands for HDD. I'll get an SSHD, which is solid state hard disk. What that is that it's like a transfusion drive. It has comparable speeds to SSD, but the more you use it, the more the speed drops. That's what a transfusion drive is. An SSHD is just a faster version of a hard drive, but it's a little bit more expensive. It's like $10 more expensive, I think. And SSDs are just killers of speed. What I'll recommend, if you get an 8 terabyte SSD, that's like almost gonna be $1,000. So I would not recommend getting 8 terabyte. See, so what does that have built in? It has Alexa built in. It has nitro sense built in, which is really good because you can change power plan. You can monitor CPU and GPU temperatures. You can take a look at the fan speeds of both the GPU and CPU, and you can change the fan control whatever you want. You can also turn on Cool Boost. You can type settings. You can change the keyboard. Yeah, there's a lot of customization in this one app. And this app comes pre-installed, so you don't have to worry about downloading this. Now, yeah, that's a lot of information about this laptop, right? Yeah. What are the ports? Well, it has 3 USBs 3.1. It has 3 USB 3.1 ports. It has a 130 watt charger input. It has a fan exhaust that's on the right side. On the back, there's a CPU exhaust fan and whatever that is. On the left side, it has a encryption lock. It has a Ethernet up to 1 gigabit. It has HDMI 2.1. It has 2 USB 3.1 ports, and it has USB Type-C. I'm not sure if it's Thunderbolt, but one I'm kind of guessing is it does have Thunderbolt. Now the hood, which is right here, it has a red style RGB keyboard. It has like the indicator keys for gaming, and you see stickers. It has a Core i5 9th Gen. It has a It just tells you that. But it also tells you the feature. So it has nitro sense. Yeah. It has dual M.2 support and one HDD slot. That's really useful. Because you can put 2 terabytes in it. And they can put probably an extra to 8 or whatever. But I have parts for this laptop coming in Thursday and to Sunday. So Sunday is when I'm going to do the video of replacing all this shit. Or I can combine the videos between the days. I'm definitely going to combine it because I cannot wait. This laptop weighs approximately almost approximately almost 3 to 4 pounds. That's like, look, now, the MacBook Air is 1.8 pounds. That's really light. This laptop is 3 to 5 pounds. I'm probably guessing it's 5 pounds, but you can say that. The display has a very smooth, glossy finish. On the side, it has like monochrome texturing on both sides. The hinges are on this side and this side. These hinges are like really easy to operate because they're very easy to turn. Now there's also 2 LED lights. The top one is battery, and the bottom one is indicating that's on. And as soon as you unplug it, it's going to trigger power saving features. So it's going to limit the FPS of games to 30. You can obviously change this in the video settings if you want to put out 60. If you prefer smoothness. Some apps will not allow this. But if you select the apps, yeah, you can do that. So the games that struggle the most on this laptop is all Need for Speed titles. Subnautica struggles. Forza Horizon 4 struggles just a little bit in ultra settings. And Minecraft Java Edition, it definitely struggles with realistic mods, definitely struggles with rendering. When it's rendering the world, it kind of struggles. I'll set the render distance to 8 if I were you when using realistic mods to get like the best, and they can probably see more. If you are in server or Skylocks, you don't have to change the render distance. So yeah. So if you're planning to do realistic Minecraft, I would be careful because there's potential. There's like a 10% chance that you're gonna fry the GPU because of heat. The GPU's max temperature is about 70 degrees Celsius, and as soon as it hits that mark, it's gonna thermal throttle the GPU and maybe the CPU too. So once it throttles the GPU, you see FPS gets killed. Like you see probably Minecraft Java Edition was 60 FPS to 20. Yeah. So as soon as you see the lag spike, I would get out of the game as fast as possible. And I'll adjust your graphics settings in the game again. Obviously, the GPU flying is not going to happen. It only happened to people who really, really modded this thing. Anyway, most likely it is never going to happen to you. So yeah, the GPU and CPU get very hot, as you see here. But there are two good methods to this. One method is to see how stable the system is before you even get it. And 2, see the noise level. the noise level of the fan, GPU fan, is loud. Like, I'm gonna put it here and you can hear it. Yep. So, if I put the fan speed to max, that's what it sounds like. See the fan speeds? Let's set back to auto. So, yeah. That's the sound of how loud it is. This laptop is not very thick at all when it's open, but when you close it, it gets pretty thick. But this is as expected as a gaming laptop. Now, what can you do with this laptop? Now, obviously you can game on it, but it's also powerful enough to like render games and make games. You can make games very fluidly. And yeah. And I would never recommend doing road trips with this laptop. Because this battery will die in just an hour. And standby, the battery will die in just 5 hours. And that's because of USB power drawing and the light drawing. If you turn off USB drawing on battery power, you probably get like 12 hours. So yeah, USBs consume a lot of power. So I changed the NVIDIA settings so when the computer's off on battery power, you can turn off all the ports, so nothing is like on or nothing. And this laptop does not support closed lid video output. It does not support that. But you can probably understand me. So that's all I have to say about this laptop, and tune in for the next series of this laptop. This is the first episode of the series. The second episode of Series 1. The second episode is going to be me getting a Java edition. I already have the video made, and I already have the video ready. So I'm back to edit. So that'll probably be out by tomorrow. And this video will probably be out today. So actually, I probably won't be able to make the gaming video until 2 days later. So it's probably Tuesday right now, right? Hold up. Alexa? What is today?
Today is Tuesday, December 22nd, 2020.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So that's an example of the Alexa. So it's Tuesday right now. So the gaming video will be done by Thursday. And this video that I'm recording right now, it will be done by tomorrow. That's a lot of work I have to do, but I am working on the 2 videos overnight, and if I finish them, I'll just upload it into YouTube and schedule them to Thursday. And then on the same day of Thursday, when I get the parts, I will put them in my laptop and record the video of it. I'll record the HDD and RAM. And I'll talk about performance difference between 8 gigabytes and 16 gigabytes. So before I change the RAM and hard drive, I have to game on it and game on a few games. I'm gonna do like 2 games. 2 really intensive games that consume a lot of memory. Like that's Doom Eternal and Minecraft. But I'm not gonna do Doom Eternal because it's really well optimized. I'm gonna do Need for Speed because that's the most intensive game on this laptop. I'll compare 8 gigs to 16 gigs. And hard drive speed won't really matter, but the hard drive I'm getting can write up to 1 gigabyte. But I'm probably saying that's fishy. I'm probably expecting it to be 500 or 700. So yeah, I'm gonna end the video here and see you tomorrow.